problem that I have, I think police did what they were supposed to do. They came in, they came through the door, they arrested him, he's bonded out since. The problem that I have is that there's this thing that we're dealing with right now that's called mental issues.
Rumor of Jake Paul and Ryan Garcia fighting on Netflix to replace Gervonta Davis, Jake Paul. If you guys haven't seen Gervonta Davis in another sexual assault allegation, lawsuits incoming, potentially criminal charges levied, we don't know yet, but that fight is up in the air, and I think that fight's not going to happen.
Now, based on something you already knew happened, now you're just saying, oh, no, because this happened, we're not going to do the fight. But you knew already in the first place.
Yeah, the history was already there.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And for this particular situation, by the way, mind you, the girl now is coming with a civil suit.
Yes.
She probably saw that he signed the Jake Paul fight.
Sports analyst Shannon Sharpe didn't hold back after Gervonta Davis's arrest. He said the victim deserves care and counseling, not just empty sympathy. Sharpe criticized people who try to excuse Davis's actions as mental issues, saying that ignores the pain he caused. He added that TankDavis may have destroyed his own career with this incident.
Protector is the abuser. You lose a sense of protection of what you think a protector should do, because you're supposed to protect me from this. If someone is trying to do this to me, you're supposed to jump in and be my superhero. You're not supposed to commit this.
After the news broke, Jake Paul reacted strongly on X, Twitter. He called Davis a walking piece of garbage and accused him of being unprofessional and abusive. Jake said, "Working with him is a nightmare. He shows up late, makes crazy demands, and keeps getting into trouble. If you support this man, you support one of the worst things a man can do." Jake apologized to his team and to the fighters who had trained hard for the event. He said his company supports women and that he didn't want to give an abuser a bigger platform. He ended his post saying, "It's scary how evil men like this can rise in sports and culture." The post went viral. Fans and analysts debated his comments and his sudden withdrawal from the fight. Because of Davis's legal issues, Jake is now looking for a new opponent. Reports said that former UFC champion Francis Ngannou was briefly considered. But Ngannou quickly rejected the offer, saying he was focused on real boxing challenges, not entertainment fights.
We had to go right to the source. What can you tell us? Is there any possibility that Francis Ngannou will step in for Gervonta Davis and fight Jake Paul?
No, there's no such of thing happening. Basically, like, how can they go from like Gervonta Davis to Francis Ngannou? Like, I mean, Gervonta Davis is a fantastic boxer, but and is a one-shot knockout artist. But come on, like the weight different and everything, it make no sense. You know, the Gervonta Davis, you count, you say, okay, the size different can level up. But at this point,
Francis Ngannou later spoke publicly about the rumors. He said he would never take a fight just for publicity. After facing top-level fighters like Tyson Fury, he felt that fighting Jake Paul would be an insult to his skill. Ngannou emphasized that fighters should respect the sport, not turn it into a show for clicks. Fans praised him for being honest and professional.
No, he's fighting, and I'm like, no, bro, come on, don't disrespect me like that. And then they will say like, even come out after and say, and what if the number are good? He send out some number. I'm like, it's not about the number. If it was about the number, we could have started talk. I would have tell you, I'm not just interested. It make no sense for me. It's not my what I'm looking at right now.
So there is no dollar amount. It's more the opponent. The fight makes no sense. They could offer you $100 million and you wouldn't be interested.
The fight made no sense. That's what I think. That's my position. And though I went back,
With Gervonta Davis out, Jake faces a big challenge in finding someone suitable to fight. Ryan Garcia's name came up, but that idea quickly faded because of contract and network issues. Garcia is signed with Golden Boy Promotions, while Jake works with Netflix, making a fight between them almost impossible. Jake's team still hopes to find a big-name fighter to save the event. but options are limited.
If that is the route they're going, then it kind of dissuades what I thought may happen, which was this rumor of Jake Paul and Ryan Garcia fighting on Netflix to replace Gervonta Davis. Jake Paul, if you guys haven't seen Gervonta Davis in another sexual assault allegation, lawsuits incoming, potentially criminal charges levied. We don't know yet, but we know that fight is up in the air, and I think that fight's not going to happen, and they're going to either have to move the fight back or they're going to have to look to a replacement or both. I don't know. And the rumor was one of the replacements was talked about and even offered to Ryan Garcia. Well, here is Ryan Garcia's promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, speaking on that rumor and what's next for Ryan.
It's happy Saturday, so I wake up to calls from reporters asking me about Jake Paul and Ryan Garcia. Let me just tell you why this fight is not going to happen. Ryan Garcia fights for DAZN, and Jake Paul fights on Netflix. I mean, that's pretty much the bottom line. Golden Boy has a contract with DAZN. Ryan Garcia has a contract with Golden Boy. And that's just the way it is. I mean, this is business. You know, Ryan Garcia's probably going to rant saying, oh, you're keeping me from making money and this and that and fighting. No. You have to go by the law, by the rules. You have a contract with DAZN. You have a contract with Golden Boy. It just doesn't happen that way. So anyway, until next time, we'll see you Saturday for Virgil Ortiz. But again, Ryan Garcia's next fight will be announced by me, who he's fighting, and when he's fighting next. See you guys.
It always seems like when Oscar decides to address something with Ryan Garcia, that he's not only addressing us, the people, that he's addressing Ryan Garcia. He's like, through us, telling Ryan, no, you're not fighting Jake Paul, no matter how much you want to fight. That's what it seems like, is like, no matter how much you want to fight Jake Paul, you're not fighting it. I don't even think that was meant for us. I think that was him telling Ryan. And you even hear it there. He's like, oh, Ryan's going to say, I'm keeping him from making money or whatever. But in this case, Oscar is right. If Ryan is signed to Golden Boy and Golden Boy is exclusively signed to DAZN for, fight rights, then Ryan has to fight on DAZN. I think that's pretty reasonable for Oscar. I didn't know that Golden Boy was exclusive to DAZN. I didn't know that was a thing. But if that is the
Live on the Ariel Helwani show, experts discussed how Davis's new lawsuit has badly damaged his career and reputation. It came only 2 months after another case, showing a pattern of serious behavior problems. They noted that Netflix may now cancel or postpone the event, not wanting to be linked to a fighter with ongoing legal issues. Jake Paul must act fast to find a replacement or risk losing the entire show.
Intentional infliction of emotional distress. Lawsuit comes 2 months after Davis's previous domestic violence case was dropped by a different ex-girlfriend and the mother of 2 of the boxer's 3 children. I just think MVP is in the business of being the home of women, right? At this point, that's a huge part of their identity. What is their identity? It's Jake Paul and women's boxing. That's their identity right now. And they've done a phenomenal job for the women. And so how, with these allegations lingering and now coming to light 2 weeks before, how can you go through with it? And it sounds like they feel the same way. It's an impossible spot to be in.
The only part I'd say is you kind of know who this guy is ahead of time. This is not exactly a shocking revelation. TankDavis is, this is not the first rodeo. But I do think it's too close to the fight to really be, messing around here. You got to figure out a new solution.
And so there's been multiple reports regarding people that they've reached out to. Names like Ryan Garcia have been brought up. Terrence Crawford has been brought up. Francis Ngannou has been brought up. And Francis Ngannou spoke to TMZ today. And he did confirm that he was contacted. And the quote was, how can they go from Gervonta Davis to Francis Ngannou? It makes no sense. He was like, quote, we think about you to fight Jake. I'm like, what? Which Jake? Bro, come on, don't disrespect me like that.
What the fuck is that?
That might have been the most timely, what the F is that of all time. What do you guys think about that stance from Francis? Because actually, there's a part of me that thinks, take the fight, you knock him out, you'll be 65 pounds bigger than him, and it's a nice little feather in your cap.
I think that was a great backup solution. I think Francis versus Jake is a great fight.
If it goes all according to plan, he should theoretically get paid a bunch of money, knock out Jake Paul, and make off like a bandit. There is always the world where it goes awry. If he were to drop the fight to Jake Paul, that would
right. But I mean, you could literally say that about any fight. Are you just saying that the risk is greater than the reward?
I don't think so.
In my eyes, losing to Jake.
MMA analyst Chael Sonnen shared a different opinion. He questioned why Jake Paul and the media are reacting so strongly when Davis hasn't been proven guilty. Sonnen said that boxing has always had fighters with controversies, yet matches still happen. He suggested that Jake might be using the lawsuit as an excuse to avoid a tough opponent. His comments divided fans. Some agreed, others felt Netflix and Jake did the right thing.